सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। शुकासारिखे पूर्णवैराग्यजाचे वसिष्ठा परिज्ञानयोगेश्वराचे कवी वाल्मिका सारिखा मान्य ऐसा नमस्कार माझा तया रामदासा। गणाधीश जो ईश सर्वा गुणांचा मुळारंभ आरंभ तो निर्गुणाचा नमो शारदा मूळचत्वार वाचा कमो पंथ आनंत या राघवाचा। जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. So in this Manache Shlok, we were seeing the verses where Samarth Ramdas Swami says that even if you put lot of efforts to protect your body, still finally the death is going to come and take it away from you. So what should you do? You should put your efforts in cultivating devotion for the Lord and give up all the other worry etc. of the world. Why are you saying like this? He says because Bhagavan has made promise that he will take care of you. So you devote your life to God, God will take care of you. Otherwise what you have to do, if you start focusing on the world, neither the world will be with you, and because you have not focused on God, nor will God will be with you. If you focus on God, what will happen? God is with you and he will make sure that all the things that you require are also there. And therefore you should focus your entire attention on Bhagavan. When you are doing this, what are you afraid of? Bhavacha bhaye kaya bhito salandi. Says, what, you coward fellow, what are you afraid of this bhava? The samsara you are afraid of. Don't be afraid of samsara. Dhari re mana dhira, dhakasi sandi. Give up this kind of worry and please have patience, have faith. Raghu nayaka sarikha Swami Shiri. When you have Bhagavan Shri Rama's hand on your head, Nupekshi kada kopalya dandadhari. Even when Dandadhari, Yamaraj also is angry on you, Kopalya, this Bhagavan will protect you. Guruji always says one very nice thing. Na? Don't tell God how big your problem is. Tell the problem how big your God is. When such a Bhagavan is with us, why are we worried? Don't be afraid. That's what he says. Dinanataha Ramako Dandadhari. पुढे देखता काळपोटी थरारी मनावाक्य नेमस्त हे सत्यमानी नुपेक्षी कदा रामदासाभिमानी. From this verse number 28, this refrain will be there for 10 verses. नुपेक्षी कदा रामदासाभिमानी, दासाभिमानी राम कदा न उपेक्षी. This dasabhimani Ram, this Sri Ram who has so much of pride in his devotees will never forsake the devotees, will never leave the devotees. It says, Dinanataha Rama Kodandadari. Haven't you seen that Sri Rama is always with his bow and arrow? And he always protects those who are uplifted. What do you say? Those who are distressed, poor. He uplifts them. Correct? Deena Bandhu, we say always. He is special, he has got love for all those people who are, given up by the whole world. In Hindi we say also, jiska koi nahi hota, uska Bhagavan hota hai. What do you mean by that? One who has nobody has God. Means one who has everybody also God is there, but they don't focus on God. One who has nobody has no other option. Therefore God comes. Special love is there in God's heart for such people. Dinanatha Rama Kodand. Pude dekhata kala poti tharari. Looking at that Bhagavan, even Yamaraja starts to tremble. And therefore, Mana, O my mind, Vakya nemastahe satyamani. Please understand that this is a sure short statement. What? Nupekshe kada Ramadasa abhimani. This all loving God, who is so much proud of his devotees, will never leave you. Padi Raghavache sada brida gaze. Bale bhakta ripu shri kambi vaze. Puri vahili sarvajene vimani. Nupekshe kada Ramadasa abhimani. These are verses that we have seen in the last session. He says, Padi Raghavache sada brida gaje. This statement of Bhagavan is very popular. This is Pratidnya. Brida means Pratidnya. Brida Vakya. Pratidnya Vakya. That is his promise. What is the promise of Bhagavan? We saw Sakradeva Prapannaya Tavasmiti Cheyachate Abhayam Sarvabhutebhya Dadami Etad Vratam Mama. Bhagavan Sri Rama says, this is my vrata. What is my vrata? What is my vow? What do I do? Anyone who says even once that, O Lord, I am yours, that person becomes my devotee and I protect that devotee from everyone else. Bhagavan Shri Krishna has also said, Kaunteha pratijanihi name bhaktaf pranashyati. Arjuna, announce it to the world, my devotee shall never perish. See, to say this require guts. What do you mean that it requires guts? Bhagavan has guts, but you see, he is saying it on behalf of us. He is saying, all my idiot devotees also, I will take care. He has confidence on him so much that he has confidence on us also. Even if whatever we do, whatever mistakes we will do, he will protect. Generally, whenever some people give protection, these police officers, etc., or politicians, or sometimes some elders also, they say, you see, I will protect you, but you should follow my advice. As long as you are following my advice, I will protect you. Isn't it? Always that promise is conditional promise. There is a condition attached to it. But here Bhagavan is not putting any condition. Bhagavan says, however my devotee is, I will protect. Puri bale bhakta ripu shri kambi vaje. And for such devotees, whoever is their enemy, means devotees won't have enemies, but other people think that these devotees are my enemy. For such people, Bhagavan's, just the sound of his bow is sufficient to create tremors in their heart. Puri vahili sarvajene vimani. At the end of his avatar, Bhagavan Sri Rama took entire city of Ayodhya, all the people he took with him to Saketa Loka. Nupekshe kada Ramadasa abhimani. Bhagavan will never forsake you. And then comes very, very beautiful shloka. I had told you last time. Samarthachiya sevaka vakrapahe asa sarva bhumandali konahe. Jayachi lila varniti lokatini. Nupekshe kada Ramadasa abhimani. Who is there in these three worlds who can look at Bhagavan's devotee with a bad eye? Sevaka vakrapahe. Samarthachiya sevaka vakrapahe. There is nobody. Why? Because Bhagavan is standing with him. We see this last time also we were seeing examples of Prahlad, Angad, no, all these people, they were very small children, literally children. They didn't have any strength. Prahlad's case to his own father is against him, who is the emperor, who rules the three worlds. Hiranyakashipu and Indra etc. are afraid of him. And Prahlad said, I am not afraid. I am not doing anything wrong. And so many problems Hiranyakashipu tried to create, nothing happened to Prahlad. So sometimes sometimes when we listen to these stories etc., we should always try to find some new points from these stories. This Prahlada Charitra is a very famous section from Srimad Bhagavatam, Saptamaskanda. And so many things are there. But one thing that always strikes me is how angry Bhagavan when he took avatar. Bhagavan is generally known for, his compassion and very calm and quiet, and even when he kills smilingly. You see Sri Rama's picture, you see Sri Krishna's picture, even when he is killing, he is not angry on his face. You won't feel that anger on his face. But you see Narasimha, he is livid. Literally, if you read the portion of Bhagavat, there Vedavyas says he doesn't know what to do. So he has taken avatar. We know the story that Hiranyakashipu asks Prahlada that, if your Bhagavan is everywhere, is he there in this pole also? And Prahlada says, of course he is there in the pole. And when he, tries to break that pole, Bhagavan appears there. And he becomes so angry. All the people in that sabha, all Hiranyakashipu's ministers, etc., he kills. And he does not just kill them, he dismantles their body. Literally, if you read Bhagavat, that head is removed and he is not happy. It also says that he plays football with their heads. He's throwing their heads from his, here and there and killing Hiranyakashipu also. How he catches and puts him on the lap and, tears open his entire body. And then takes the intestine and puts it as mala on him. And then after that, there is a portion which says all the people who are there, who are from the Hiranyakashipu side, all of them are dead. And still Bhagavan's that anger has not gone. So he keeps, trying to find out how dare you do all these things to a small boy, that to my devotee, and he's so angry. And in that whole avesha, he goes there and sits on that throne, Hiranyakashipu's throne, he sits, and still he is angry. And so angry that Devatas are not approaching Bhagavan. They have to congratulate, now the avatar karya is over. Why he came, that is done. Now they have to go and congratulate and say thank you, Bhagavan. They are not there, they don't have guts to go there. And Brahmaji says to Mahalakshmi, you go. You are his wife. You go. Mahalakshmi says, no, this is not my husband. What is this? My husband is Shantakaram Bhujagachayanam Padmanabham Suresham. That is my husband. Very calm and quiet, sleeping there on that Ananta Padmanabham. That is my. What is this? Then Brahmaji says to Prahlada, only you can go, and approach Bhagavan, and Prahlada goes there. Prahlada is not afraid. Small boy, he is not scared at all. He doesn't approach with, tremble, etc. Nothing. He goes there and he prostrates, Sashtanga Namaskar he does to Bhagavan, and when Bhagavan sees Prahlada, then he melts. Then he gives up all that avesha, anger, etc. and then takes that Prahlada and hugs that Prahlada. See why he got angry? Not because somebody did something to him, but because somebody did something to his devotee. This is something that we should also always notice. So many people have done so many things to Bhagavan. Bhagavan forgives them like this. But if anything is done to his devotees, he does not leave. That is the point that we must notice. In Ramayana also, Bhagavan says, it is not that what, sorrow is caused to me, but Ravana, what you have done to Sita ji was not right. And that's why I will punish you. Sita ji is also finally Bhagavan's devotees only, all are. That Samarthachiya Sevaka Vakrapaya asa sarva bhumandali kona hai. Who is there in the whole world? All the 3 worlds, all the 14 worlds. You count whatever you want. There is nobody who can look at Bhagavan's devotee in a wrong way. Why? Because if they start to think wrong about Bhagavan's devotee, then they have one enemy, and that is Bhagavan himself. He himself comes and protects. We see Parikshit story also. Parikshit, when Parikshit is in the womb itself, Bhagavan comes and protects. Jaya Chilila Varniti Lokatini. All these 3 worlds are singing whose glories? Of Bhagavan only. Such a person, such a Lord does not leave his devotees. Now he continues. Okay, let us read the next one. Verse number 31. Mahasankati sodile devajene pratape bale agala sarva gune jayate smare shailaja shulapani nupekshi kadara madasa bhimani jai jai Raghuveer Samartha. Mahasankati sodile deva jene. Jene, jane, by one who Devatas also sodile are rescued Mahasankati when they are in trouble. One who rescues even the Devatas when they are in trouble. Throughout the Puranas and these episodes etc. which we used to see on TV, these TV serials etc. will be there, no, based on these Pauranic and Aitihasic stories, Ramayana. You will always see that whenever any Asura etc. attacks and whenever there is a problem, these Indradi Devatas will go to Brahmaji. Then all of them will go to Shivji. Then all of them will go to Vishnu. Have you seen this or not? That is if the story is of Bhagavan Vishnu and his avatars. If it is Shiva and his avatars, then they will go to Vishnu first, then all of them will go to Shiva. Why? Saying that Bhagavan, please save us. That's what they had also done before Bhagavan took avatar as Sri Rama, Sri Krishna etc. also. When Ravana etc. was becoming very powerful, then what? All of them went there and said, Bhagavan, you only can protect us. Bhagavan said, okay, I will come. I will come as a son of this. In case of Sri Rama avatar, I will come as son of Kausalya and Dasharatha. He promises. It starts. The entire Valmiki Ramayana also starts like that. That is one occasion where Valmiki ji has clearly mentioned that Sri Rama is avatar. All other times when the story starts, he has considered him as a human being and then explained the entire story. Knowing that he is Bhagavan only, but explanation is as human. That was his avatar's purpose also. But there in the beginning, it is very clear that all Devatas go to Bhagavan Vishnu and praise to them. And Bhagavan always, protects. So he rescues these Devatas whenever they are in trouble. He takes different avatar, etc. They say our Bhagavan Shri Adi Shankaracharya also, if you come to this Adi Shankar Nilayam birthplace, we have murals there. Pictorial representation of Bhagavan Shri Adi Shankaracharya's life story. There, the first mural is when the Devatas are going to Kailasa and praying to Lord Shiva, saying that you must take avatar and revive revive Vedas. And you should make people understand the exact meaning of all of them. And at the same time, the second mural is when on the earth, this Aryamba and Shivaguru, Shankaracharya's parents, they are praying to Vadakunathan, Lord Shiva in Trishur, and praying that, we want a son. And you see Bhagavan Shiva agreeing and then coming here and blessing Shivaguru and Aryamba also, and then he is born as Adi Shankara. See, every single time Devatas are in trouble, Bhagavan protects. Mahasankati sodile devajene. Who is Bhagavan? Pratape, Bale, Agala, Sarva Gune. He has got all good qualities in abundance. Pratapa. Pratapa means valor. Bala means strength. Sarva gune means all the good qualities, virtues. Agala, he is filled with that. We say also, we are calling him Bhagavan. Why? Because Bhaga word represents 6 qualities. That famous shloka is there, no? Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yashasaha, Shriyaha, Jnana Vairagyayoho cha evam, Shannam Bhaga Itingana. Shannam of these 6 qualities, Bhaga Itingana. There is a name given called Bhaga. What are the 6 qualities? Aishwarya. Aishwarya means lordship, Ishvara Bhava. Control. Virya, valor. Yashasaha, of fame. Shriyaha, wealth. Jnana, knowledge. And Vairagya, and detachment, dispassion. Samagrasya, all these qualities are there in full measure. That, you see, Bhaga is group of these 6 qualities in full measure. And Bhagavan means what? One who has this Bhaga. So he is the ultimate, what we can say, storehouse of all these qualities. And that's why sometimes when you read the stories, we feel that what are they doing? These asuras, etc., they ask for some boon, thinking that we will overpower Bhagavan also. This Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu specially, they had hatred for Lord Shiva. Hiranyakashipu mainly because he killed his brother Hiranyaksha. So Hiranyakashipu had a lot of anger towards Vishnu, Bhagavan. And then he kept on thinking that I will Are Baba, all your strength is coming from him only. What are you going to do? How are you going to kill him? Tell me. It is very funny. See, we have this, we have in different parts of India, we have this electricity generation plants are there, based on wind energy or water energy, kinetic energy, all that, they convert it into electric energy, right? Or solar energy. There are different ways. But you see, your entire plant is working on the electricity given by government, no? You are building an electric power plant to generate electricity using the electricity which is already there. Now, can you go and say that I will be Baba, your entire existence is because of them. How can you go against them? Think. Whatever natural forces are there, sun, moon, stars, water, rain, wind, these are the natural resources that we are using to make electricity. Correct? And you imagine if we go against all these natural, because of them only you have all these things. Everything that all of us have got, whether it is strength, physical strength, mental strength, wealth, all is coming from Bhagavan only. He is the storehouse of all these qualities. So we should remember that. Pratape bale agala sarva gune. He is the final, what we say as ocean of all these qualities. Jayate smare shailaja shulapani. And this Bhagavan who has all these qualities is still living or pretending to be a human being as Sri Rama. And therefore what happens? Jayate smare. These two always remember. Whom these two always remember? Who these two? Shailaja and Shulapani. Shailaja means Parvati. Shailaja is the name of Parvati. Why? Shaila means mountain. Shailaja, born from the mountain. Parvati is same name also Parvati, you see, Parvata's Putri. Therefore Parvati. Parvata means mountain. Himavan's Putri, no? Uma, Haimavati. That Uma is daughter of Himalaya. So Shailaja is Parvati. Shulapani, Pani means hand. One who has got Shula in his hand. Trishula is there, no? That is Bhagavan Shiva. So Jayate Smare Shailaja Shulapani, who is always remembered by Parvati and Shiva. Shankara Parvati is remembering whom? Remembering Sri Rama only. Nupekshi kada Ramadasa Abhimani. Such Lord is there. Why are you afraid? He protects you. He will never give you up. Please have that in mind. Now Samarth Ramdas Swami says, let me give you example. People don't like unless demonstration is there. Okay, let me give you example. Next verse. Very famous verse again, verse number 32. Ahalya Shila Raghave Mukta Keli Padi Lagata Divya Hovo Nigeli Jaya Varnita Shinali Vedavani Nupekshi Kada Ramadasa Bhimani Jai Jai Raghuvira Samartha. Ahalya Shila Raghave Mukta Keli. Now you know what is the story coming up. Ahalya. Ahalya, who was in the form of Shila. Shila means stone. Raghave Mukta Keli. Bhagavan Sri Rama gave her mukti. Gave her mukti means gave her mukti from that state. She was like a stone. Padi lagata divya hovo nigeli. And just a touch of his feet. In Tulsidaji's Ramayana, etc., Ramacharita, etc., he says, Bhagavan's feet also did not touch her, that stone. Dirt of Bhagavan's feet touched it. Bhagavan is walking in the forest, no? So dirt of his feet touched that stone and stone became Ahalya again. Divya ho nigili. She became divine. That is the glory of Bhagavan Sri Rama. Very interesting. Very interesting. In Ramacharita there is, see, this story of Ahalya comes when Sri Rama and Lakshmana have gone with Vishwamitra Rishi, and after protecting that yajna, when they are going to Mithila Nagari on the invitation of Janaka Maharaj, on the way this Gautam Rishi's ashrama comes, and then this Ahalya Uddhara story is there. Okay, so after some they go, then marriage etc. happens, Sita ji etc. is brought back to Ayodhya, and then after all these things happen, and then they again go to Vanvasa. This time Sri Rama, Sita and Lakshmana, three of them are going to Vanvasa. No? So when they are crossing the river Gangaji, there is this very beautiful scene of Kevat Prasanga. Kevat is the one who, the boatman who is taking them across, and the very interesting scene it is. It is there in Ramacharita, not there in Valmiki Ramayana, but Ramacharita that story is there, and it is so beautiful. And he is trying to create some fun moment because he understands that all three of them have gone through so much of emotional trauma, and so many people are crying, and so he is creating some kind of laughter. And in that he also wants to show Bhagavan that he is very big devotee of Bhagavan, and then he sends all these other boatmen away. Okay, and he says only my boat will be there, so Bhagavan has no option. And then what he wants is, he wants Bhagavan to be worshipped. Okay, he wants to worship Bhagavan, but he can't ask directly. You can't say no, they are there for a job. So he says, you see, I need to wash your feet. So Bhagavan says, why? He says, because we have heard very dangerous story that last time you were in forest and your feet touched one stone and stone became a lady. And dirt of your feet only touched that stone and stone became a lady. Now, as long as there is dirt on your feet now, I won't allow you to enter my boat. Why? If my boat becomes a lady, I already have one wife at home. Now this will become second wife. Now both of them will fight with each other. My problem, Bhagavan, you have to understand. So let me wash your feet so that there is no dirt on your feet. Then you can enter into my boat. And Bhagavan understands all these things that he just wants to wash. But you see, that story is so famous. By the time Bhagavan came back again in forest, everybody knew of that story. And naturally, some stone person is suddenly becoming like a human being. It's a divine thing. But we also have to understand the spiritual side of all these stories also. In Adhyatmik Ramayana sessions when I took during Ramanavami, I explained this spiritual significance of this story also. That Ahalya actually did not become stone. Her heart became stone. Heart became stone means what? What do you say? Her thinking etc. stopped. And she focused entire attention on purifying herself by doing tapas. That is what is meant by Ahalya became stone. And that focus when she had, and with that focus, because Gautam Rishi had said that Bhagavan Sri Rama will come, Bhagavan Vishnu's one avatar will come, till that time you will be like this. So she did not go anywhere, she just sat there and focused on her tapas. And tapo phala, result of tapas is what? That she had darshan of Bhagavan Sri Rama. So, Bhagavan, what did he do? To save all these devotees, he even went to forest. If Bhagavan is staying in Ayodhya, he will not meet all these devotees. That's why he went to forest. He met Sutikshna and Sharabhanga Rishi and all of these, devotees of Bhagavan. He uplifted them, by going to forest. Ahalya ashira raghave mukta keli, padi lagata divya ho nigeli. Jaya varnita shinali vedavani. Singing whose glories even Vedas have become tired. Vedavani, the speech of the Vedas have become shinali. Shinali means they become tired. What can we say about it? That's what Samarth Ramdas Swami is telling. All the Vedas equivocally are talking about that same Bhagavan, and Vedas are not sufficient, and Puranas, Shastras, Itihasas, so many such texts, but still his glories are not even explained even a bit. Even a bit. In Shiva Mahimna Stotra also, Pushpadanta says this, that if you make the entire ocean as ink, and Sharada, Saraswati herself also, even if she decides to write all these, glory of the Lord with this much of ink, still it will not be sufficient to explain your glories. And he says one very beautiful thing. He says, Bhagavan, at least Saraswati Devi can attempt to do this because she knows you. Who am I? He says, I don't even know who you are. So what should I do? He says, Tava tattvam na janami, kidrushosi maheshwara, yadrushosi mahadeva, tadrishaya namo namaha. He says, O Lord, hey Maheshwara, O Lord Shiva, Tava tattvam na janami. I don't know your essential nature, who you are actually. I don't know. Kidrishahasi. What kind of God you are, I don't know. Therefore, what do I do? Yadrushosi Mahadeva, whatever way you are, Tadrishaya Namo Namaha. To such a Lord I prostrate. I don't know who you are. You suddenly appear here and you suddenly, disappear, and then you are there, and then you are in Smashana, and then you are suddenly, Lord of the entire universe, and other time you are just begging for simple food, and that also not in bowl or anything, in the, skull. Some dead person's skull is there, skull you put like this and keep on begging. That is what you are. I don't understand who you are. Once you are wearing, all kinds of ornaments, etc. Another day you are just wearing bhasma on your body. But whatever way you are, to you I prostrate. What do you mean? All scriptures are trying to explain the glory of Bhagavan, but they also cannot fully explain his glories. Why? Because he is such a wonderful thing. What can we say? See, as Bhagavan, as Avatar, his glories have no end. There is no end to the glory of Bhagavan. And as Parabrahma, as his real nature of Supreme Brahman, he is beyond speech. Isn't it? He is beyond the vacha, beyond the mind. How can Vedas explain? Vedas themselves, they say, Yatra Vedaha Avedaha. Vedas themselves are saying that where Vedas become Aveda, where Vedas don't have any power of explanation in that Lord, in that Supreme Brahman, how can Vedas explain? Such Bhagavan, Nupekshikada Ramadasa Abhimani, such Lord Sri Rama, who is so proud of his devotees, will never forsake them, will never leave them. Continues. Next verse, verse number 33. Vase meru mandar he srishti leela shashi surya tarangane meghamala chiranjeeva kele janida sadonhi nupekshi kadara madasa bhimani jai jai raghuvira samartha. He says, who is this Lord? He is the Lord of the universe. He has created all these things. What? Meru, Mandara, these are big, big mountains. Meru Parvata, they say, is the center of the earth, and it connects heaven and hell and earth. That big mountain is there. Now we don't know where it is. Don't go on finding out where is Meru Parvat. Meru Parvat is not now known. Maybe subtle realm it is there, we don't know. Mandara Parvat is that another big mountain which was used for churning of the ocean. Samudra Manthana. That Mandara Parvat was used, no? Was kept in between, and then Vasuki, serpent was taken, and then that entire... We have heard the story. Devatas and Asuras, they did the Manthana and all these things came out. Even the nectar, Amrita came from there. So these big, big mountains, Meru Parvata, Mandara Parvata, Srishti Leela, this entire creation, what a wondrous creation it is. Is done by whom? Vase Meruman. And he himself is staying as this entire creation. It is not that he is sitting somewhere and has created this. He himself is there in all this creation. Shashi means moon. Surya, sun. Tarangane, stars. Meghamala. Megha means clouds. Mala means garland. The garland of clouds. So when you see up, whatever you see, the sun and the moon and the stars and the clouds and all these things are what? Created by Bhagavan. Not just created from something else. He himself is staying as all these things. He is the Lord of the universe. And you know what he did? As long as this creation will exist, he made two of his devotees as immortal. Chiranjeeva Kele. Chiranjeeva means immortal. Literally Chiranjeeva means those who have long life. Chiram means long. Very long life. As long as the creation will be there, they are there. Sapta Chiranjeeva generally we say, no? In our tradition, we call 7 people as immortals. Do you know what are the 7? Ashwathama, Balihi, Vyasaha, Hanuman, Vibhishanaha, Kripaha, Parshuramascha, Saptaite, Chirajivinaha. Ashwathama, Dronacharya's son. Balihi, Mahabali. King Mahabali. Vamana avatar, no? He pushed him to Sutala Loka. He is there. Mahabali. Vyasa, Bhagavan Veda Vyasa. Hanumanji, Vibhishana, Ravana's brother Vibhishana, Kripacharya, and Parshurama. These are the 7 immortals we say. As long as this creation is there, they will be there. But among these 7, if you see 2, Hanumanji and Vibhishana are Bhagavan's, Sri Rama's devotees. He says, Chiranjeeva Kele Jani Dasa Doni. 2 dasas, 2 sevakas, 2 servants, 2 devotees of yours, you have made them Chiranjeeva. He has created this entire world, wondrous creation, unimaginable creator that includes so many mountains and this entire world, moon, sun, moon, stars, clouds, all these things. And then he has also made people, his own devotees, as Chiranjeeva. Such Bhagavan, when he is there, he will protect you, don't worry. Now, see, very interesting one point we have to see. Hanumanji and Vibhishana. Okay, these are the two devotees that they are talking about here. Janidasa Donni, he says. Na? And you see, their characteristics were very different. Yes, they both, Hanumanji and Vibhishanji, both of them had one thing in common, that is their devotion for Sri Rama. Yes, that is there. But they had some very different qualities. Hanumanji, if you see, is a storehouse of knowledge and all these things, but he is always ready to serve. He's jumping from here and there and doing this and doing that. Messenger of Bhagavan Shiva, Bhagavan Sri Rama, power is there, ready to serve. He is that kind of devotee. Whereas Vibhishana is very calm, quiet, doesn't say anything much. Only when something comes, then he says something. Isn't it meditative kind of, very sattvic kind of devotee. Both of them are devotees of Bhagavan, we should remember this. In the world also we will see, there will be both kinds of devotees. There will be some who will keep quiet, be in meditation, devoted to Lord. And some other people who will be going here and there and doing this and that. Look at them, you feel that they are like a monkey, like Hanumanji. But they are not just like any monkey. They are devoted to Lord, they are doing everything for God. This is a very peculiar thing. Bhagavan's devotees are of all types. And you see, Bhagavan needs all kinds of devotees. Suppose all of his devotees go to meditation and go to Himalayas and sit there, who will do all the job in the world? So Hanumanji is also required. Now suppose everybody starts to do, nobody does that, that is also not. So somebody will be like this, somebody will be like that. But both of them are Bhagavan's devotees. Both of them are Chiranjeeva. Okay. This is what we should think. Just now he said that two devotees, okay, Hanumanji and Vibhishana, we have heard the story, yes. But you see what kind of comparison is there. Why is he choosing these two people? Why is he saying about only those whom he made Chiranjeeva? To show, to indicate to us something. That how different his devotees are in their personality, but both of them have one thing common, and that is their devotion for Lord. We see in case of our Puja Gurudev also, and his Guru also. Swami Tapovanji Maharaj, his Guru, was very calm, quiet in meditation all the time. And our Gurudev was all the time going from here to there, every 3 days, every 5 days, every 7 days, going to different places, starting this, starting that, starting the schools, starting the colleges, Both are devotees. Different kind. Both are. We see the same thing about Shankaracharya also. Isn't it? Imagine if in his such a short lifespan of 32 years, he has commented upon so many of the original texts. He has established those mathas which are still running, and he has gone to the entire Bharat 3 times. Sometimes I remember there was some discussion that happened here in Chinmaya International Foundation, that every time you look at Shankaracharya's picture, he will be sitting quietly and meditation pose or something like this. And we used to always think that he won't be like this. If somebody is doing so much of work all over the places, you visit any part of India, including the northeast or the west or the south, or you go to Himalayas, they will say Shankaracharya came here and established this temple. You go to Kedarnath, Tunganath, etc. Shankaracharya, somebody in Kedarnath, Tunganath, you go, there is Shankaracharya statue made of stone. Why? Because they think that this is the thing which was revived. This temple was revived by Shankaracharya. You come down south, we have Rameshwara temple and Madurai Meenakshi temple and Kanchi Kamakshi temple. All these temples, he established the Sri Chakra, this, that. You go to so many. Kolhapur in Maharashtra also, he has put Sri Chakra there. Puri Jagannath temple in the east or Dwarka in the west. You go to any place, Shankaracharya has gone there. Now you imagine somebody who is doing all these kind of activities, you think he will be sitting? With that thought only, that walking Shankaracharya's image, came about. If you see, CIF has published Shankaracharya's biography, Adi Shankara, Finite to Infinite. On the cover page, you will see there is a young Shankaracharya walking. Why that portrait came? That is because of that he won't be sitting. At some point of time, of course, he will be sitting, but his active mode. And that is how Samarth Ramdas Swami was also. You see, that is why there is a connection that we see. That is why Samarth Ramdas Swami's devotion to Bhagavan Sri Rama is there, but the temples that he established were of Hanumanji. Why? Because that kind of active participation is required from his devotees. Not that I will sit in my house and I will just chant Bhagavan's name. That is also good. I am not saying no. But you need to go out and, spread his word, spread his name, spread his vision. That's what you need to do. We always should remember that we are in this kind of tradition. We are in the tradition of Shankaracharya ji, Puja Gurudev, Swami Chinmaya ji. So that kind of active participation is necessary. Devotees are all of all types, but these are special devotees. Bhagavan Shri Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita towards the end, I have so many devotees and I like all of them, but specially I love those who go out of the way and spread my message to others. This knowledge of Gita which I have given to you, Arjuna, those who take this knowledge to the public, I love them more. Has he said this or not? 18th chapter, you open and read. After giving all the knowledge, he says this. We are lucky that we are in such a tradition. This coming week is celebration of both these great Mahatmas. Puja Gurudev's 108th Jayanti is coming on 8th May. And Adi Shankara Jayanti according to Tithi is coming on 12th May, next Sunday. Very, very great masters who not only were established in that knowledge, but did everything possible to spread this knowledge and to bring it to common people like all of us. It is because of such Mahatmas that we are able to sit and study, because they brought this knowledge to us. So we should always remember this point. And to the best of our ability, we should do it also. You will see there is a big program happening here, because you see I am at a place which is Bhagavan Shri Adi Shankaracharya's birthplace. His maternal home is here, and we are in the same district where Gurudev was also born. Gurudev was also born here in Ernakulam itself. So we have a big program coming up called Chinmaya Shankaram. Details etc. you are seeing before the class, in the flyer etc. Some of the sessions will be also there in live. You attend all that. But we should take inspiration from all these great Mahatmas, and we should live our life like that. That is what we should do. When Bhagavan is there behind us, we should not be scared. We should just do his job. Right? Now what? Next verse. Let us see what he says. Upeksha kada rama rupi asena jiva manava nishchayoto vasena shiri bharavahe na bole purani nupekshi kada ramadasa bhimani jai jai Raghuvira Samartha. Samarth Ramdas Swami says, after all these things also I am telling you, but you still don't have faith. Upeksha kada rama rupi asena jiva manava nishchayoto vasena. Though Bhagavan is always of this nature and he never faults from his pure nature, but manava, in the heart of human beings, this kind of nishchaya, this kind of determination, this kind of faith is not there. Though I have said it again and again, Nupekshi kada Ramadasa Abhimani, Nupekshi kada Ramadasa Abhimani, Bhagavan will never leave you, Bhagavan will never forsake you, but we don't feel it like that. We still have doubt. Therefore he says, oh my mind, please remove that doubt from your mind. He gives one more example. He says, Shri Bharavahena Bole Purani. Bhagavan says in the Puranas, Ityasas, that is in Bhagavad Gita, Shri Bharavahena, that I will carry your entire burden on my head. Yoga Kshemam Vahami Aham. Isn't it? Vahena. Ramdas Swami is using the same verb which was used by Sri Krishna. Vahami aham, no? Vahami vahena. In Marathi, same verb he is using to indicate. You see, Bhagavan himself has said that I will carry all your burden. Still you don't have faith that Bhagavan will carry. You see, I don't know what all these Mahatmas should do for us to get that devotion and get that faith. They have tried all the methods. We still don't have faith. There is one very interesting story I had heard from Swami Shardananji long, 10 years back maybe. That once this our Vishnu Bhagavan was sleeping in his Ananta Shayana, no? That Ananta Naga is there, and then he was sleeping. And all Devatas etc. have come there to ask for something, but he is in Yoga Nidra. He is in meditation. That is the position of Bhagavan's meditation. So that's why they were not disturbing. Now when they were sitting, what happened? Bhagavan suddenly got up, and then he went into meditation. And Devatas got surprised. What happened? He suddenly got up and he went again into. So they waited. Next time when Bhagavan came out of meditation, they all prostrated to Bhagavan and all the usual things they did, and then they said, Bhagavan, one doubt. What? I said, sometime back, no? You suddenly woke up and then again went into meditation. What happened? He said, no. What happened was, on the earth, there was one devotee of mine. He is very scared of dogs, etc. Many of us are also, no? Scared of dogs. Dog starts to come there, only we are afraid. Although such people are there. So he says, that devotee of mine, he suddenly was surrounded by all the dogs around him. So I got up to go and save him. Now Devatas felt very happy that he is thinking about all these devotees on earth. But then they said, but Bhagavan, then why didn't you go? He says, no, I was about to go, but at that time, he took stone in his hand. So then I said, okay. Till that time, he was remembering him. I was ready to go, but the moment you take things in your hand, God says, okay, I will give you strength to fight. The point that we must notice, don't ask me whether this story is real or not real and who was that person and how many dogs were there. Understand the point. What is the point? As long as we are taking care of things, Bhagavan gives us strength to do so. But when we surrender to Him totally and we say that there is nobody else, then Bhagavan actually takes the entire thing in His hand and does it. Another famous story is in Mahabharata. When Draupadi was brought to the Sabha and those wicked Duryodhana, Dushasana, etc. were pulling her sari, she was begging to every single person there. Her 5 most strongest people on earth were her husbands. She asked them for help, they could not help. All the elders standing there in the Sabha, Dhritarashtra, Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, Kripa, all of them she begged. No, nobody was there. She even asked those Kauravas only saying that don't do this is not right. They did not listen. She thought I myself will be able to protect, and therefore she was holding on to that sari. But at one point of time she realized that nobody is there. She even left her hand and she just prostrated to Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and within second Bhagavan came and helped. They kept on pulling the sari kept on appearing. Don't think that Bhagavan is waiting for us to become, to go to that state. No, if Draupadi would have surrendered early, he would have helped early. As long as you take responsibility of the whole thing, Bhagavan will give you strength from there to take care. But at a point when you say that I surrender to you totally, that point onwards Bhagavan takes care of the whole thing. That doesn't mean that we should become lethargic, etc. That's not the point. The point is that kind of surrender has to be there. Bhagavan himself has promised, why can't we have faith that Bhagavan will come and take care? We listen to the story of Prahlad, etc. and we say, oh, Bhagavan appeared in that pole for Prahlad, but he will not appear for me. Because of this faith only, Bhagavan does not appear in the pole. What was different in Prahlad and us? Prahlad had strong faith. And therefore, when Hiranyakashipu asked, is he there? He said, yes, of course he is there. That small boy had faith. We don't have faith. Jiva manava nishchayoto asena. Iti akroshati. Samarth Ramdas Swami is crying that, after telling all these things, still we don't have faith. Mind, what are you doing? Please have faith. Strong faith that Bhagavan is there and he will take care. Guruji always says, if I say that I love Bhagavan, I have faith in Bhagavan, and if I am still worrying, that means I don't have faith in Bhagavan. If you have faith in Bhagavan, then what is there to worry? Bhagavan is there, he will take care. That kind of devotion we should have. Now, Samarth Ramdas Swami says that as is our faith, as is our feeling, that way Bhagavan appears. Next verse number 35, he says, Ase ho jaya antari bhava jaisa, vase ho taya antari devataisa, ananya sarakshita se chapapani, nupekshi kada ramadasa bhimani, jai jai raghuvira samartha. He says, Ase ho jaya antari bhava jaisa. What kind of feelings one has inside. Vaseho taya antari devataisa. That way the Lord will appear in your heart. Bhagavan Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita also 4th chapter he says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tan tathaiva bhajamyam. As a devotee worships me, that way I will bless that person. Later on in 7th chapter, he will say that there are 4 kinds of devotees. Artho, Jidnyasur, Artharthi, Jnani cha Bharatarshava. Isn't it? So if somebody is praying to Bhagavan with the feeling that he will take away all my sorrows, Artha Bhakta, then Bhagavan will take away all the sorrows. If somebody is Jidnyasu, he wants to know Bhagavan, then Bhagavan will give him that knowledge. Artharthi, if devotee wants something of the world and therefore praying to Bhagavan, then Bhagavan will appear like that and give what the devotee wants, what he deserves. But see the second line, Ananyasa rakshita se chapapani. Ananyasa means Ananya bhaktasa. One who is Ananya bhakta. Ananya, na anya. For whom, the devotee for whom there is nothing else, nobody else. For such a devotee, Rakshita se, he protects who? Chapapani, one who is holding bow in his hand. This is Bhagavan's name only. Chapapani is Bhagavan Shri Rama only. He protects that Ananya Bhakta. Ananya Bhakta, one who has got that single pointed devotion towards Lord. There is one very beautiful this Ananya Shintayanto Mam Ye Janav Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhyuktanam Yogakshemam Vamyam. Gita chapter verse is there, no? Ananyaha Chintayantaha. So Ananya, who is Ananya? There is one very beautiful bhajan written by our Guruji, Puja Guruji. Taking this shloka and reflecting on that in Marathi, he has written one bhajan where he says, Ananya bhave chintana hariche karizo ati premane. हरिशिरिवा हे योगक्षेम त्या भक्ताचा हो त्वरेने. That's a literal translation that he has done. That one who with ananya bhakti, not thinking about anything else, one who is single pointedly devoted to Lord, Lord takes care of his yogakshema on his head. He carries that bhakta's yogakshema on his head. Now the first stanza he says, who is Ananya? He explains, sadhana deva sadhyahi deva jatsya tu Ananya. Very beautiful definition of Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti generally we say one who has got no other devotion, only single pointed focus on Lord. But here he says, one for whom sadhana is also God and sadhya is also God. Sadhya means goal. Sadhana means, instrument. In case of Artha, Jidnyasur, Artharthi, what do we see? For Artha, sadhana is Bhagavan, sadhya is removal of sorrow. For Artharthi also, sadhana is Bhagavan, sadhya is attainment of whatever he desires, Artha, Arthi. For Jidnyasu, sadhya is Bhagavan, but sadhana is jnana. Jidnyasu, no, he wants to know. But that jnani bhakta, sadhana is also Bhagavan, sadhya is also Bhagavan. And therefore Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, Tesham jnani nitya yuktaha, eka bhaktir vishishyate. What is special about this jnani? That eka bhakti, that ananya bhakti. So one who is ananya, one for whom God alone is the means, God alone is the goal. And therefore what? Nahi kamana vishaya sukhachi avada harichi eka. In that bhajan, Guruji explains. Because sadhana and sadhya both are Bhagavan, therefore he doesn't want anything of the world. For such a devotee, Bhagavan ananyasa rakshita se chapapani. He protects and therefore nupekshi kada Ramdas abhimani. So what is the point that Samarth Ramdas Swami is trying to tell in this verse? Number one, he says, as per your devotion, Bhagavan will bless you. If you are devoted to Bhagavan with the thought or with the feeling that Bhagavan is like my father, then Bhagavan will appear like a father to you. If you think that Bhagavan is like this, then Bhagavan will appear in that form. As you are feeling, so will Bhagavan appear there. But when you say Bhagavan is everything for me, then Bhagavan will appear as everything. So he is telling the point that as you are feeling, so will be the Lord appearing there. But he is also telling that we should have that ananya bhakti for Bhagavan. I want nothing else. I just want you. No, but why do you want Bhagavan? You want to get liberation? No. I just want you. Today we were seeing Prahlada's story. After the whole thing, Bhagavan asked Prahlad, what do you want? Prahlad said, I don't want anything. He said, hey, what do you mean? I have come here, I have taken avatar and then people will start talking bad about me that Bhagavan appeared there and did not give anything to Prahlad. Prahlad said, no, then you give whatever you want. I don't want anything. Bhagavan said, but something will be there at least. Prahlad said, I did not do your bhakti because I wanted something. I don't want anything. That kind of devotion we should have. May by Gurudev's grace, Shankaracharya's grace, may by the grace of God only we have that kind of devotion. Such beautiful. Some more verses are there. Nupekshi kada Ramdas abhimani. He will say that Bhagavan never forsakes you, never leaves you. And then some more interesting verses also are there. We will see it in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.